Good morning, everybody. Ciaccio here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for Christmas. The weather's getting a little bit colder over here. The Christmas tree is up, and everything is going real smooth here in Florida. So I hope and wish everybody the best Christmas, best one ever. Okay, let's talk about when a client calls you and they want to cancel. They're just calling you, they want to cancel, and you don't know what to say. So before we get into what I would suggest to you guys to do, what we want to do is we want to take a look back to see if we did a proper close when we were with the client. Did we go over with them to reassure them in their mind that the decision they made was a good one? Because what ends up happening, the hello, you make the sale, now all you want to do is leave. You made a sale, you think that it's over with and finished. All you're worried about is that money going into your checking account, going to see the next person to make another sale. But let's wait. The old saying, a bird in hand is worth more than two in the bush, is an old saying when I was a young guy. But it means so much. When you're with a client and they bought something from you, it does not mean pack up your bags and just leave. Now do a little bit of visiting with them. Not a lot, enough to where you feel comfortable that they're comfortable with the decision they made. Because what happens a lot of times, we may steer them in a direction we want them to go. We may not pick up on a vibe that they're doing it just because we're saying it. We need to make sure that when we leave the house, the premiums are right, that they made the best decision. That's why when we're going through a presentation, it cannot be just a one-sided presentation that you're just talking. You got to make sure that you stop, pause, see if they have any questions, go over the stuff with them, maybe go a little bit more in detail when it comes to certain things to make them feel that you're not there selling something to them. You're there giving them the information, offering them what they wanted, yet having them make the decision that this is something that, based on what we've talked about, they feel this now a need. What we do is a financial and emotional decision, so we've got to make sure that we hit their emotions, which is the 12-inch rule between their brain and their heart. It's got to make sense to them that what they're doing is right, and then it's got to make sense for them to want to give you their money. So think back, close your eyes, and ask yourself, am I doing a proper cool down? Am I actually doing a good close to where they feel they're doing a good job? When I leave the house, am I just telling them thank you, goodbye? Are you leaving them leave behinds? Are you leaving them a little piece of paper that's about our policy, about what the policy is going to do for them? Are you letting them know the name of the company again, the first draft date, the face amount that they picked out, the premium they picked out, that you will be their agent forever. You will be there when something happens, and you will be there to walk their children, Anthony and Marie, through this sad process. Emotional and financial. Emotional is probably the best one, because if you can capture their emotions, normally they can justify the amount of money that they're spending, because you and I are giving them that warm, fuzzy feeling that what we are doing is what's best for them, their family, and especially their children's beneficiaries, their spouse's beneficiary, or even their grandchildren, whoever they chose. Now, what ends up happening, somebody calls you and you're petrified to answer the phone. Oh my God, they want to call to cancel. Oh my God, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, I shouldn't have done such a high premium. We start beating ourselves up over the anticipation of what we think is going to happen. Our mind goes into an auto replay of what happened before, and we automatically assume that person is going to call and cancel when they call. If they do call and they want to cancel, what do you do? Think about it. Think about it for a second. Somebody calls you up and they say, Jack, I want to cancel my policy. What do? Do you tell them, okay? Do you tell them, do you panic? What do you actually do? This is what I'm going to recommend you to do. Tell them, no problem. I totally understand. Do not debate nothing on the phone. Do not discuss nothing on the phone. It's kind of like trying to sell an appointment on the phone. When it comes to a touchy situation and a client wants to cancel, tell them, no problem, Ms. Jones. Let me check my schedule. I'll be there today between 4 and 4:30. Give yourself a little leeway so in case something comes up. Be there between 4 and 4:30. Well, Joe, why are you going to go there? They want to cancel. You just can't let it go like that there. They've given you all their information. There had to have been something that you did not do correctly, or something that they were told that they didn't make the right decision. And here's the best one that I've heard. My neighbor next door spends a whole lot less for the same policy that I have. And I heard that the first time, and I was baffled. I didn't know what to say, you know. So when you start getting in these situations and you start hearing these talks that we have, the first thing you're going to ask, if that is brought up to you, how old is your neighbor? If your client is 65 and their neighbor is 75, the 75-year-old person's premium is going to be a lot higher. So if your client is 75 and they got a policy for, let's say, $10,000 for $100, whatever it is, and their neighbor who is 10 years younger has it for 60, of course it's going to be less expensive. Too challenging to talk about that on the phone. So let me come by, we'll go over everything, I'll have you sign a piece of paper, and I'll take care of it right when I'm there. Now, you're going there with the intentions to walk in with one piece of paper, no briefcase, no laptop, a piece of paper and your pen. That's it. You're not there to do anything else, because what happens is that they may feel that you're trying to bombard them to make them want to keep it. When you walk in with just one piece of paper, what can you do with that? It's not another policy, it's not another application, not your briefcase. You want them to be relaxed. You want them to be at ease, that you're there to accommodate their needs, wants, and desire, yet you're there thinking, okay, brought just one piece of paper in, they're not going to cancel. I need to find out the reason why they called me. So you start filling the paperwork out and all that stuff there. Ms. Jones, do you have the policy? Yes, I do. Put over there the name of the carrier, policy numbers 1, 2, 3. So, by the way, why do you want to cancel? Ask that question, don't talk. Just sit back. You know, what made you change your mind? Don't talk. It becomes a question that you want them to give you the answer to where you can hopefully overcome why they want to cancel and conserve your policy. When you ask a question and they do not answer quickly, it means they're trying to think of an answer, either the true one or a false one, or they're trying to come up with an answer. So when they're thinking, that means that you're supposed to be waiting. That question was a direct, I want an answer. That question was not, let me change it to a multiple question test and say, was it because of this, this, and this? Because now you're actually helping them cancel the policy on you. When you're visiting with somebody and they want to cancel, and you ask them a direct question, they should have the real reason, excuse me, they should have the real reason why they want to cancel. And they're going to tell you whatever it is. You want to extract the reason why they want to cancel, because now your job is restarting. I thought about it and I just can't afford it. Okay. Now that doesn't mean you want something cheaper. You want to take your time. You want to tap those brakes. You want to sit back in the chair and say, okay, based on my memory, and this is why I recommend you guys to carry your any paperwork you have for the client in your car for at least 2 months. Keep a file in the trunk of your car, so in the event they do call, you can go back to your trunk of your car, and then from there bring all the information in. The lead piece, the actual paperwork you wrote down, a 10,000, a 12,000, 15,000, all the different things there. all of the little notes that you made, bring them out, and you have two options that I can think of real quick. Do not get them and go on memory, or ask, may I go to my car to get your paperwork so we can review exactly what we talked about 2 months ago. I can't afford it. So you know something, this has happened many times before. We can agree that this is something that you wanted to get, correct? Yes, it is. This is something that you need because you have nothing, correct? Yes, it is. You still want to keep your son Anthony, your daughter Marie as your beneficiaries? Yes, it is. So if I, speaking with you, can come up with a program that's less expensive, that would make you happy and you'd want to keep it to make sure your kids have a program set in place so when that day comes, everything will be taken care of, right? Yes. So they could sit and say the premiums are too high. But the secret is not to go right after them when they say that there. Take a soft step backwards, go slow, take your time, and think. Okay? It's kind of like when you jump too fast, it may bounce back at you. Take your time. They may sit and tell you, I talked to my daughter about it and I've already got life insurance. And I've heard that before. Your daughter says you already have life insurance? Yes. I said, okay. Do you recall filling out another application? And they're going to give you the puzzled look. You're not supposed to ask me that question, Joe. My daughter just said, I shouldn't spend the money. No, I don't dare sign an application. Well, the only way for you to buy life insurance, even if your daughter is paying for it, is that you're the one that's got to sign the actual application. Okay? So, right now, you got a program you set with me. Your daughter has a program set with her. Right now, the policy that you have, we've designed it to pay for just your funeral. What I recommend you to do is keep the one you have that is designed to take care of all your funeral expenses, and let your daughter keep the policy that she has to take care of the incidentals, the extra things that have not been factored in. Okay? Now, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's money. You did such a great job. You showed them, as we talked about, 20, 17, 15, lowest premium is $50. They took the bait, they bit, they chomped, they swallowed, you had the hook in them. Then they start thinking about it and they say, damn, I don't want to be committed to this $50 payment. I don't want to pay this $50. I'd rather buy a 6-pack of beer. I'd rather buy lotto tickets. I'd rather buy other stuff. So now you've got to ask yourself, if they're thinking that way, did you do a proper presentation to let them feel that the decision they're making was a good one? It's all about taking the hand from my pocket with my money and giving it to the insurance company. That's the hardest part. People would rather keep this money in their pocket. They don't want to give it up. So us as salespeople, we've got to come across is that what they want is what they need, and we've got to make them feel comfortable to take that money out of their pocket every month to give it to the insurance company to take care of their family. It's not always easy. That's why I like giving 5 different programs from to pick from, telling them some may be higher, some may be lower. Let me know. We can tailor make one that fits just in your budget. Let them know you're there to help them. Because it's so easy for somebody to call and cancel. Do not try to save it on the phone. Tell them, I totally understand. I can come by today at 4 to 4:30, or I can come by tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Come by, have you sign a piece of paper. Everything will stop before your next premium comes out of your account. I'll be there. When you go there, walk in with one piece of paper and your pen and start asking questions. Okay? How you been doing? You've had the policy. Will you get the policy for me so I can take the information off of it? It's amazing when they want to cancel something, they know exactly where the policy is. Yet we go there to help them out. They have got no idea where the policy is they bought before. They have no idea about it. When you get the policy, just review it. Look at it and say, okay, this is when we spoke about $10,000 for $57.14. Your son Anthony, your daughter Marie, everything is here. Boom, boom, boom. Everything is done the way we wanted, correct? Yes, it is. Let me ask, what's the reason why you want to cancel? They're going to give you an answer. They're going to tell you. When they tell you that answer that they want to cancel, is when you got to start thinking, now I've got to overcome that objection. I've got to do whatever I can to have them keep that same policy or lower the face amount, lower the dollar amount, because you do not want to leave the house with that signed piece of paper saying they want to cancel. You want to get on the phone, most carriers say, hello, this is agent so-and-so, client number, client name. They want to reduce it from $10,000 to $8,000. Okay. That normally works. Sometimes people just have buyer's remorse, they don't want to spend their money. Certain people you cannot change their mind. Certain people you can bring them a doggone gallon of sweet tea. You can bring them like a pumpkin pie. You give them like a big tray of lasagna. And they just want to cancel. Okay? Why? I lay in bed sometimes at nighttime and I kind of say, why does she want to cancel? I asked her all the questions. So now you start beating yourself up. What did I miss? What did I miss? It's a process of learning how to do it. Just take your time, go slow, ask questions to extract why, and everything will work out great for you guys. Okay, guys, today is December 21st. This Thursday, it's Christmas Eve, so we're having no call. Our next call will be after the first of the year. Jay will get with you. Yet if you have any questions, the office will be open. Thank you very much. We love you. Drive safe. Wear your mask. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, guys.